Hey bitches, it's Nick Snider, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. In this video, I am going to discuss Stephanie So sitting down to put Nikocado avocado in his place. If you have not already seen my previous video involving Gabby Hanna not being funny, I am going to place a card in the upper right hand corner as well as a link down in the description. If this is your first time on my channel, hello, welcome, how are you doing? If you could please hit the subscribe button down below, I would greatly appreciate it. And if you are someone who has been here for a day, a week, a month, or a year, welcome back. If you could please make sure you have all of your notifications set to on by clicking the bell icon somewhere on the screen. Please know that everything I speak on in my videos is my own personal opinion, and opinions are not facts, and please do not send hate to anyone or any brand that I speak on in my videos, because that is not what these are meant for. They're meant for us to throw a little shade, spill a little tea, and have a messy time here on the internet. You know, I do have to issue an apology at the beginning of this video to Stephanie So, because yesterday in my video where I was discussing the whole Nikocado and Stephanie situation that was going on, I let everyone know that I really thought this was just a manufactured story for views, because Nikocado has been in a lot of drama in 2019, and now going into 2020, he's in even more drama. I mean, we all remember the Veronica Wang at the beginning of 2019. Then he had his issue with Trisha Paytas ghosting him. So when I heard that he was having drama with another mukbang channel, I was like, oh, here we go again. But last night, Stephanie So sat down and uploaded a video titled How Nikocado Avocado Manipulated All of Us. And she definitely let us know how he manipulated all of us and how he was making her feel uncomfortable in her own home. You know, I find it really sad that Nikocado can only find views if he is in the drama. Now, I don't know exactly how the mukbang community works, but I definitely want to become a part of it in 2020 because, you know, I'm trying to change up my content, wink wink. But it's really sad that he has to basically torment the other mukbang creators and create drama with them just to pull a few views, especially at the end of the year, because then it's kind of obvious to everyone that he's just getting into the drama because ad rates are higher. At least that's how I'm looking at this whole entire situation. And I actually find it really sad because if you've been following Stephanie So for a while, then you know that she had a little bit of issue with Veronica Wang, as did Nikocado. And now it's starting to look like Nikocado just wanted to sit down with Stephanie So to kind of take a dig at Veronica Wang. Or maybe he was just hoping that Stephanie So would give him a little bit of inside tea on what her issue with Veronica Wang was, or maybe she would throw a little bit of shade in one of the videos that she did with Nikocado, and then Veronica Wang would respond, just keeping this drama going. I have to say, one of my favorite parts from Stephanie So's video where she really painted Nikocado as the manipulator that he is the part where she said that he just kept sending her DM after DM after DM, and then she actually showed them. It really made Nikocado look a little bit kooky, in my opinion.
Felt that she was very self-serving. Only reaches out to us if she wants something out of us.
Nick, when have I ever reached out for you for anything other than that time about the docuseries? Which, by the way, I didn't care if you wanted to get involved or not. You knew that. I told Zach, hey, I think I want to do it with Veronica regardless of Nick. Have I ever reached out to you for anything? Collabs, information, security system advice, sponsorships, CPMs? But here's Nick reaching out to me. I have a quick question. Have you experienced low CPM on your channels for November? Microwave promo. They told me you're doing it. Question mark. Are you doing that CBS interview? Do you want to collab? Stephanie? And did you put your home into a land trust? By the way, would the 8th and the 9th work good for you? Seems to have pros and cons. What do you think? Would you have felt better in a gated neighborhood? Or do you think that your property gate fence with cameras is good enough? Have you heard of Ring Security Camera? What's the name of your fancy security system? I'd like to research it. Are you happy with your home? Would you like to film together?
I felt that she was very self-serving.
You're the one that reached out to me. You're the one that asked to collab when apparently you didn't even like me.
I didn't really like her. I didn't even know her.
Something that I'm a little bit confused on is why Nikocado Avocado is so obsessed with Stephanie So's security system. He made it a point to send her numerous messages asking about her security system, and then even took that one picture in her house where Stephanie's in her kitchen and made sure that he showed off where all of her security panels were, showing exactly what the cameras were looking at. Another thing that I found very telling from Stephanie's video is actually when her fiance started speaking, and he detailed a situation where Nikocado made him feel very uncomfortable and awkward in his own home.
Speaking of Facetiming, Orlin, this is where my fiance wants to say a couple words. You do a lot of these microaggressive things that nobody could really talk about. And that's why I felt so scared to talk in my first video, because technically, are you really that scary, I thought? But these are the things that you do. You take pictures, you post it. I don't know why you ever would think that that's okay to post.
I mean, it's just a little strange, you know, when he was showing, he said, hey, let me show you what food we're eating. He switched the camera on his phone, but instead of pointing the camera down onto the kitchen counter, it was
where the food is.
But it was to my face for a good 3 seconds. So my reaction was, okay, now this is awkward. Do I act like I don't know what's going on? Do I say something? Do I turn around? But at the same time, I don't want to overreact. It's just a little weird and uncomfortable.
It's like one of those things where you can't call him out on it and be like, what are you doing? Because then you seem insane. But it's also another thing because Nick knows that my fiance is very private. He doesn't really like being in front of cameras.
It's kind of also like the picture.
Yeah.
It's like you ask, then that's okay. But when you do it so weirdly, then I don't want to seem like I'm so sensitive. So that's why after he switched the camera to the food, I walk up to him and introduce myself because I don't want to seem like I'm this guy that's
like you're so important.
Or I pretend like I don't know what's going on. So I just want to take charge and say, hey, you know, let me just properly introduce myself, or instead of pretending, you know, nothing happened.
Like, why would Nikocado want to make a situation extremely awkward? If Stephanie's fiance is a very private person, he really doesn't put himself onto social media, that is something that you need to respect. If you want to get a photo with him, get a photo with him, but ask first. And when he says yes, that is when you are only allowed to take that photo. But you definitely don't try to get like a little recorded clip of someone, especially in their own home. Now, I'm going to admit to everyone, I am not the biggest Nikocado Avocado fan. I am not someone who sits there and every time he uploads, I run to his channel and I'm like, oh my god, new video. There's actually nobody on YouTube that I do that for. But there was a part of Stephanie's video that really made me want to, I don't know, vomit. And that's when she detailed the videos that Nikocado did where he was basically talking about the Me Too movement and this guy that he met in New York. Here's what she had to say and then we're going to talk.
And within a couple hours, I got an email and a DM from someone, and they showed me proof that they had met Nick in New York, and they showed me pictures of their Snapchat between him and Nick talking about that date. So if you guys aren't familiar, again, I'm going to link that video in the description, but Nick had a date in New York City, and he claims that he didn't belittle the Me Too movement, and he was a little bit upset that he had spent a lot of time and perfume and money on food for this guy that he met in New York, and they didn't do anything afterwards. And he said, December 21st, when I posted my video that day, he said, Nikocado did it to me. I am that boy that little Me Too video is about. I would love to talk to you about it. We have a lot in common. I have all the screenshots as well. And then he showed me screenshots of Snapchat and a picture that he took with Nick. And I said, hey, I got your email. I'm so sorry that something like this is how we're connecting for the first time, but thank you so much for reaching out. I'm so sorry for what happened in New York. I'm sorry you had to watch a video being made about you like that because the night didn't go as planned. Are you okay? He said, yes. I really was not in the moment. I was so scared because he kept making all these posts about how he was going to tell this big story about me. And I kept begging him to not post anything about me because unlike him, I'm just a regular person with no level of fame. In the original video, he showed me, but with an emoji over my face and proceeded to call me a loser. It was just so crazy because like he did to you, he made me feel so comfortable in person when we first met. We talked all night, and then when I left, he gave me a hug and said it was nice meeting you, and I said it was nice meeting him too. So I thought we left on good terms. Then on Snapchat, he told me he was pissed that I didn't hook up with him. And I was so confused because I thought we left happy. And then he went and filmed that rant video about me, and he got so much hate for it, he took it down. And then he made another one about me, but once again got hate and took it down. But it's scary because we filmed a regular video, so he has that footage of me, in addition to some naked pictures. I was so happy when it was all over because he could have destroyed me, and still could. I personally think that that was highly relevant to Nick's pattern of behavior, and if I hadn't made that video, I wouldn't have spoken to this guy from New York. I wouldn't have known that he felt exactly the way I felt, scared, confused, threatened, bullied. So yes, I think it's important to point out people's patterns of behavior, especially if it's a creator who's using their platform to threaten and to bully others. I don't really have the words. I'm disgusted that someone abused their platform and voice to make you feel afraid for what was going to happen if he exposed you or your private conversations. There's a huge imbalance of power since he knew that you didn't have a large audience. I truly am so sorry for what he's done. If you need someone to talk to, I'm here. If you need anything to help you through this process and to stop feeling the fear of him having these private pictures hanging over your head, I'm here for you. And he responded with, thank you so much. I just wanted to reach out to you because when I was watching your video, I understood all of it. He is a mental abuser. He did almost the exact same thing to the both of us. And it's so great that you made that video because I'm sure we are not the only people he did this to. So if you ever want to talk about it, I'm here too. If something comes up where he attacks you or something and you want me to tell my story, I'd consider doing it, because he really needs to be stopped. Those are my thoughts, and those are his thoughts.
Now, I have to admit, I did not see the Me Too videos that Nikocado released where he made this kid feel like he was allegedly scared and that Nikocado was going to allegedly ruin him online. But what I can say is that in any situation, this goes for anyone, just because you are spending money on someone, just because you are buying their perfumes, you are buying them fragrances, you are taking them to dinner, you're putting them on your YouTube channel, does not mean that they have to sleep with you or give you anything in return. I am so sorry if you guys are hearing a saw behind me. Apparently the neighbor decided he was just going to bring out the table saw in the middle of me recording my video, but I am a little bit disgusted by Nikocado in this situation because I have heard some whisperings before about exactly how he likes to go about getting his collaborations. That is, of course, all alleged. It is not my story to tell, but maybe some people will come forward in the future, and I'm disgusted by this, and honestly, I want to know all of your opinions down below. Please let me know how you feel about this whole Nikocado situation, and please let me know if you saw those Me Too videos that Nikocado had to ultimately delete. I think the moral of this story is, guys, if you're a YouTuber, stop letting Nikocado into your house. Stop trying to do collaborations with him, because he is just probably trying to get a story, and he is probably just trying to get a little bit of drama to get some views at the end of the day. So let me know all of your thoughts and opinions down below, and with that said, everyone, this is it for this video. I hope that you guys did enjoy it. Please follow all my social media that is linked down below as well, and I love you guys, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.